Alright guys, welcome to the aspect of this tutorial. In our today's tutorial we shall be looking at the more advanced tool of CorelDRAW. We are going to explore more of the feature of which we did discuss on the tools box in our previous part. We are exploring every other tool which we have not explored. Do well to comment your thoughts in the comment section. So let's get started. Pilots. Let's hover around it. Let's see whether the name will come up. You can see pilots. It's telling you default pilot because this is a default color. I didn't add. Some CorelDRAW you see four, you see line arranged. It is then that add it, but this one is just a default one. Because me, when I design, I don't mostly use it. I have a way of filling my color because mostly I mix my color myself. I don't just pick color from here. I mix color myself to use my color. It is when I just need this color here that I might pick. But mostly I go to my fill tool to fill my color. So now, those are the three major things. Now we are going to start with the first, which is the tools box. The tools box, under this tools box, we have three tools there. 3 in 1. All of them, they are of close substitutes. They have one thing or the other. Is that taken? Now, pick tool is a default tool. You can see the arrow is dark. It is because the pick tool is active, and that is a default tool. When you launch CorelDRAW, it is that tool that will always be active. What are the work of pick tool? Pick tool help us to free our mouse pointer after use. If I pick this text tool now and I type something here now, the text we use for typing of text, I type something, right? As I am moving, you can see that A, we start for the text, is still working, is still moving with the pick tool or my puzzle key. I need to go to pick tool and click to free my mouse pointer so that I'll be able to carry other effects. For instance, now if I just go and select color now, the color apply. In this case, if the pick tool is active, if any tool is active and you have not drawn, maybe if I want to color this here, I must highlight, just like Microsoft or that you must highlight to apply your effects. But assuming if I use a pick tool to drop, I don't need to highlight, I just need to select it to color. It is only in situation whereby I want to have a mixture of color that I will highlight. I will highlight this one, color it like this. Highlight this one, give it another color, like that, as a case may be. But aside from that, if I want to have a uniform color, I don't need my pick tool to be active to do that. So the text tool to do that. The default tool is a pick tool. So the pick tool help us to free our mouse pointer after use. Now the next one, the pick tool is used for resizing. It is with the help of the pick tool that I drag this text to be this side. I can also drag or resize it. The pick tool is also used for rotating. When I click at the center of this, I can now go to any angle. This one's rotation. This one is scaling. So it is a pick tool that can help us to rotate the text anyhow. We can turn it anyhow. We can decide to say we want to bend it like this. We can decide to say, okay, we want to turn it this way. It's like bend or whatsoever way you want to turn it, as the case may be. Remember, this is different from italic command. We have been taught Microsoft 12. I believe we know italic. So it is the work of the pick tool. The pick tool also help in selection. Now, before I do anything that I am doing, I must have to select, right? It is a pick tool that help us to select. The pick tool is also used for dragging. By selecting this thing without releasing your hand, and you move to another side. If I move this thing to this place, it's not called moving of a text from here, it's called dragging. We call it dragging. I drag to this side, drag it to this side. It's called dragging. It is with the help of the pick tool that we can do that. And in selection, we have different types of selection. We have normal selection and the mark with selection. What are mark with selection? If I select, this is the normal selection. Then when I say mark with, spell M-A-R-Q UE, mark with selection. Now, if by the time I go down without releasing my hand and I drag across these 3 objects, or maybe just 2, and I release my hand, the 3 things are selected. This is called mark with selection. Situation, you drag across 2 or more objects for the purpose of selecting them. In this case, you have not grouped them, you have not selected any effect to be applied to them, you only select with the help of dragging across them. That is called mark with selection. As simple as that. So let's not waste too much time. Let's rush to freehand pick tool. What is the work of the freehand pick tool? Freehand pick tool is the same thing with pick tool. It also frees the mouse pointer after use. But the only difference which aim it this name is because in terms of mark with selection, you are allowed, instead of this one now that as I'm drawing you see rectangular, a straight line, abi? Yes. In the test of freehand tool, it does not draw a straight line. It draws according to the movement of your hand. If I move like this, that is why it is called freehand pick tool. If you check very well now, if you look at our selection, you discover that it's only one thing that the whole thing I draw. You can see it does not pass the cycle, does not pass the whole of the test because it cuts here. So it's only this one thing that will be selected. But by the time I do like this, the 3 are selected because the line passed off. So it is called freehand pick tool because of the work of the mark with selection. So that is that on that aspect.
You can use the 2 of them.
You can use any of them, it's your choice. We mostly use pick tool, which is the first. Now the next thing we are going to look at is the free transform tool. The free transform tool help us. You can see the effect now. Remember, when you are working with your toolbox, always consult the property bar. Now, what is the property bar? The location of the location below the menu is the property bar. This is the menu: file, edit, view, layout, arrange, effects, bitmap, text, table, tools, window, help. These are menu. So if you are calling the file menu, edit menu, view menu, layout menu, arrange menu, effects menu, bitmap menu, text menu, table menu, tools menu, window menu, and help menu. You attach them to menu because they are located in the menu bar. What about bar in this study simply means location. So when we say menu bar, it is the location where you find the menu. When we say formatting tools bar, formatting, like in layman understanding, formatting simply means to delete. Somebody will say, oh, this is where I format my phone. I format my memory card. Like the days we use memory card, little time, you just give one small boy phone to just maybe your phone. The person has succeeded with formatting everything. You have your memory. But it's no longer common now with Android phone like that, like the days of before that we use button phone. You understand? So formatting here does not mean erase. Both in Microsoft Word, in fact, in the study of this computer, formatting simply means to beautify. To beautify. Now let's see whether it is true. So when we say formatting tools bar, they are those tools, the location where we find those tools that will help to beautify our work, to meet presentable format or to meet the taste of our customer. Both the font character you use, the size you use, the color you use, the alignment, whether it's left, center, right, or justify alignments, any alignment you use. Both the arrangement, the way you arrange your shape, you put the text, anything you do, they are all formatting. So the formatting tools bar is fine. The formatting tools, they are fine in the formatting tools bar. Now let's make use of our dictionary in this aspect. We have come to Microsoft Word. We are going to go to review menu. We have our dictionary which corrects words. So I'm going to click on define or thesaurus, which is a dictionary. I'm going to use formats. Formats. Can you see? It means arrangement, setup, presentation, plan, organization, layout, design, system, structure. So Formatting is a process of beautifying your work, of applying design, the structure, the layout, the setup, the arrangement. The formatting is a process, while format is the effect itself, the design itself. Do we understand? So when we say format, it does not mean to erase. So when you are using your tool, always make sure that your concentration is on the property bar. What is property? Somebody will say my landed property, so property, whatsoever property, my property. Property, let's say property in short, it means something that is under your possession or possession. Somebody who may decide to say, okay, look after this home for me. You understand? At that point, it is under your position. It's not your possession, but your position. You can call it your property, isn't it? Now, every tools you are clicking have its own property, have its own features, its own things that must work with it to give you what you want. Now, for instance, now with the help of the property bar, before we go back to that aspect, I want to be using them to explain this thing for you so that you understand. So now I have this shape like this. Now, if I use my shape tool now, I'll be able to bend the whole of this side, Abi?
Yes.
But what of if I don't want the whole of them to be bent? I just want one side to be bent. The rest should be sharp the way it is. How do I do that? How do I do it? When I click this shape, look at the tools. Look at the way the tools are. Can you see the tools?
Yes.
If I click the shape, you tell me what you notice. You notice anything?
Yes.
Did anything happen?
Yes.
Something change. Some things disappear. When I click on it, something reappear. Those things that are coming up, they are the properties of this shape. So for you to work with this shape, you can, if you decide to change anything here now, the shape will change. This one is telling you the size of the shape. This one also is telling you the scale of the shape. This one is telling you the angle of rotation of the shape. This one is telling you is a shape like this, like that, the mirror of the shape. This one here is telling you the angle of the shape, the corner radius, which is this corner. Maybe I want to bend this here. You can see this side means for here, this down side means for down, this upside for here, this one here, this one here, this one here like this, that thing I cycle is 0, 0. You can use those navigation to increase or reduce. It means for this up one. Why the down side of it means for this one. Why this side here means for this one. This one means for this one. So we are going to do something in that aspect. Sorry, let me clean this in there. We are going to do something in that regard. Now, I'm going to unlock this key that will give me full access. You can see the key is not locked again. It has opened. Look at lock. I click it, I open it. Now that I have opened it, I can decide to say this one should be 10. Do you see what happened?
Yes.
I can say maybe I don't want to bend like just, let me say just 2, or let me say 1. Okay, let me undo. The effect has been added, so I want to undo 2. Okay, 2 is too much, so let me reduce. I want to start increasing from decimal. I just want to bend it a bit, not that too much. Can you see the bend at all?
Yes.
That is a bend here. I don't want it too much. Maybe you want to bend, let me see, this is 0.07. Let's go for like this. No. Should we say 0.9? 0.9. Let's go with this. Let's see. 0.9 is too bad. 0.09. Let's see this. It's still too small. So let's use 0. Let's use. Okay. So we are going to use 0.4. Let's use 0.4. Can you see that? Now I bend here. I want to bend this angle. I just want to bend here and here. I don't want to touch here and here. You might, if I do this shape, you might have seen this shape in design. You'll be wondering, to do this without this property bar, it's very hard. Or you have something of this nature. With the help of the property bar, you are using it to affect this shape. You can either drag to make it big here, or if you leave me now, you can convert it to this thing. I don't want to go too deep, because if I go too deep now, you might not understand it very well. So let's go step by step. So now, that is that on that aspect. So when you select any shape, if you know that this is the type of video you want to watch, please do well to subscribe, like our channel, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Love you.